in the show.
And now it's to our second guest of the studio. Welcome, Michele Jolly from Age UK. Hello, Michele.
Hello.
Age UK, Lincoln and South Lincolnshire offer a range of services. Can you tell me more about the service and the advice that older people can receive?
Certainly. Age UK offers services and support to people over the age of 50, which often surprises many people to know that they are probably qualify for our services. We have a centre in the middle of Lincoln at the moment, which is our activity centre, where we have a footfall of around about 1,500 people every week that come in to engage in a whole range of activities, from learning and leisure, learning a new language, learning how to use a computer, enjoying some physical activities, or as you say, engaging in some information and advice support for themselves, which can range from advice around financial support, right the way through to how to access care, how to move home. The list is endless. We will help with anything that we possibly can. We also provide services and support into the community. So we take services out to people who cannot leave their own homes perhaps quite so easily. So we provide help in the home, personal care services, gardening. We provide telecare equipment, which is where you have a monitoring unit in your home to help you should you have a fall or a need and you can't get to your telephone. And that's just a small sample. The list really is a long and extensive one.
How important is it, the befriending service, and how can someone access it?
The befriending service is one of our most sought after services. It's accessed via calling through or accessing the website, or you can be referred into our service, and we do two kinds of befriending. We offer a telephone befriending service, and we also offer a face-to-face home visiting service. It's something we've been offering in the 60 years that we've been delivering services, so that's just how important and integral it is to the main service offer. If you've ever experienced the feelings of loneliness and isolation, I'm sure you can understand how having someone that wants to come and sit and chat to you and talk to you and share knowledge and skill and perhaps a few like-minded conversations around hobbies or interests, it really can lift a day, lift a life, really. Unless you've been sat in that position, it's hard for you to understand what it might feel like.
What volunteering opportunities are there at Age UK, Lincoln and South Lincolnshire, and what are the benefits of volunteering?
Well, again, a very long list of opportunities. We like to be as varied as possible so we can be really inclusive, so that anybody that wishes to volunteer, we can find a niche for them. So you can volunteer on our reception and doing reception and administration duties. You can have hospitality experience by working in our restaurant and coffee shop, either on the till, serving food, assisting people that might need some help to get their food and trays back to their table, washing up, again, a whole wide range of things. We also have shop volunteers, because we have a retail unit just out the outside of Lincoln, and we rely very heavily on our volunteers there, as we do across all of our services. We have volunteers that provide some of our activities, so many of our education courses, our language courses, for example, are provided by volunteers. So as you can see, without them, we wouldn't be able to run the organisation quite so effectively and efficiently as we do. And of course, all of our befrienders and telephone befrienders are also volunteers.
What are the objectives of the scam prevention and victim support programme, and do you think any increased knowledge of this internet can help?
So about 53% of over 65s have been victims of scams. So that in itself explains the answer to your question, I think. The average age of scam victims is 75. Older people are seen as an easy target, and scammers will target them because they can do it again and again and again, because often they're quite isolated. They become quite embarrassed and anxious about the fact that they've been scammed, and then become easily fall victim again the next time around. And as we know, these scammers share details, and so they'll move on to the next person and the next person. So to be able to support people who have been victims of scams so that they don't feel that anxiety and depression and loneliness, to be able to recognise that they are being scammed and avoid it in the future is really important to us. But also raising awareness of it. As we all know, a lot of this information is online now, but that's not always accessible for our older people. So that being one of the avenues, you can also come into Park Street, as I said, or contact us on the phone or our website. We'll be able to offer some advice and send out some fact sheets which can help you to help yourself to avoid becoming a victim of scamming.
What is the key fact to remember for older people when they're staying healthy in winter?
Well, there are several really. They range from, again, it's about taking a bit of control of your own life and circumstances and a bit of self-care. So as winter's approaching, as we're in the midst of it now, it's things like making sure your medicine cabinet is up to scratch. Has it got everything in that you can use to help prevent having to have a trip to the doctors, perhaps going to your pharmacist early and making sure your repeat prescriptions are all in date and you have plenty of medication to see you through. Making sure you've got some staples in your store cupboard, so that if you are unable to get out because of the weather, you've got hot soups or easily made accessible foods. Keeping your home at an ambient temperature. I think about 18 degrees Celsius is the average for making sure your home doesn't drop too cold and you then don't become ill. If that's a difficulty for you, if you're worried about paying bills, and again, Age UK, CAB and other organisations can help people to access funds which might be able to support them in order to be able to feel they can heat their home adequately. It's keeping warm and it's making sensible choices. But also for those ones that are more able-bodied, it's about looking out for your neighbours. So there might be someone more frail than you that you can actually offer some help to.
Are there any future campaigns or developments that people can expect from Age UK, Lincoln and South Lincolnshire?
Well, we're currently quite active in a number of campaigns, one of them being the TV licence for the over 75s and making sure that we keep it. Another one is the Care in Crisis campaign, as we all hear on the news quite regularly. A lot of older people are left stranded at home or indeed in hospital because packages of care are not there for them or they're not able to access them. So they're two key campaigns that we're very much promoting. And Age UK Lincoln and South Lincolnshire is always developing. It's our job to make sure that we remain robust and fit for purpose, and we adapt our services to the needs of the older people whom we serve.
What is the best way for people to contact Age UK, Lincoln and South Lincolnshire for more information?
Well, they can either telephone us on our Lincoln number, 01522 696 000, or they can access us through our website address, which is www.ageuk.org.uk/Lincoln South Lincolnshire.
Thank you for your time, Michelle. That was a great interview.
It's my pleasure.
It's time for the drawing the RPTV crown. Let's go out and about.